This year marked the 5th anniversary of the Keystone State Motorcycle Skills Safety Seminar. Yes, that's a mouthful, but that's what it is. It's not just a motorcycle rodeo. It's 3 days of intense training, camaraderie, and pushing yourself to the next level. There's no price you can put on the friends you will make and the skills you will gain. Every rodeo offers a novice class for newbies, and everyone will benefit from participating in events like this. So if you have been thinking about it but haven't signed up for a rodeo yet, don't put it off anymore. You will not regret it. Good morning, everybody. Today is officially day one of the 2022 Keystone State Motorcycle Skills Safety Seminar. Right now the riders are getting briefed on rules of the event, and after they'll be doing a walkthrough of all the cone patterns. So looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Today is the only day that it's going to be in the 70s for the event. So I'm going to capture what I can and try and give you guys a good experience of the rodeo. The first day or two, I try to give the novice riders their space, because for a lot of them it's usually their first competition and they don't need someone with a camera coming around and making them more nervous than they already are. But with the experts, it's usually game on from the start. Typically on day one, there tend to be a lot of drop motorcycles and a lot of riders running off the course due to the fact that they are just learning the patterns and getting familiar with how to ride them. Even if you have no interest in competing at an event like this, I would say that you should still stop by and check one out. There are riders at these events that will blow your mind and make you question everything that you think you know about riding a motorcycle. Also, be sure to check out the description of this video. I will put links that take you to the sign-up page for it, as well as links for downloadable cone patterns so that you can set up, practice, and test your own skills. The challenge event is always a special one to watch. This year they incorporated the number 5 into the pattern to commemorate the 5th anniversary of the event. Some of the skills needed included brakeless motor operation through some tight corridors, speed bumps, grabbing beanbags while navigating the course, and trying to hit a cornhole at the end of it. Also, there is no practice for this event, and you don't get to see the course until right before it's time for you to ride it. Choice, sir.
I don't want this. Not on Instagram, nothing.
Did you tell him to talk slow?
You understand me? You're the only bastard.
Okay, don't flick. Too much rotation. Step a little closer.
Closer?
Step a little closer.
You know what? Just stand up where those axes are.
No. Right, try that.
Yeah!
50 points!
Day 2 started with the novice precision runs. A precision course is not timed, and your only objective is to get through the course as cleanly as you can, because you are given penalty points for your mistakes. Points are added as follows. Touching a cone is 1 point. Knocking a cone over is 3 points. Putting a foot down or having to stop and push your motor backwards is 5 points. And lastly, taking the wrong path of travel, dropping your motor, or running off course is a DNF, which is short for did not finish. There were 4 novice precision courses. The first 3 were the main speed course, broken into 3 separate exercises and performed individually. Sorry, there are no exercise diagrams for these courses because they are original patterns made up for the competition by the competition organizers. This is the 3rd novice precision pattern, and it was to be performed brakeless, a skill that many novice riders are not used to encountering at a competition, and many probably don't even practice. But it is extremely important in the development and progression of your skills because it will reduce the wear and tear on your motor and greatly increase your confidence and abilities when practiced often. Finally, we have the last novice precision pattern. It was also a shared pattern with the expert riders. For the novices, there were no special rules, but for the experts, it had to be ridden brakeless. This is expert precision pattern number 1. In total, there were 5 expert precision patterns, and the rules for penalty points were the same as I stated earlier for the novices. But here's a recap just in case you forgot what I said. If you touch or rub a cone, that's 1 point. If you knock a cone over, that's 3 points. If you put a foot down or have to stop and push your motor backwards, that's 5 points. And lastly, dropping your motor or failing to complete the course is a DNF. Here in precision pattern number 2, we have one of our international competitors. His name is Glaycon Ferreira, and he came all the way from Brazil to compete here in the US with us. I will put a link in the description to his YouTube and social media pages so that you can learn more about what he had to overcome to get here and get set up to travel the US to compete with us. I have been following him for a couple of years now, and he is a great guy. He even made time in his busy schedule to come hang out with us at Novice Camp. Thanks again, Glaycon, and I look forward to getting some more training time with you in the future. Here in expert precision pattern number 3, we have one of my mentors and a great guy, David Fairley. You may also know him as Schmoopy or Das Schmoops. Here in expert precision pattern number 4, we have one of our female riders, Erica Turtle. Again, this pattern was shared with the novices, but the experts had to run it brakeless. I would also like to note that there is not a separate division for female riders, and as you can see, they are extremely talented and can hold their own out there with the guys. have expert precision pattern number 5. This pattern seemed to be one of the toughest for the riders because it was tight, and if you notice the pucks on the ground, they had to be split by the rider with the front and rear tires. Not many riders were able to complete this cleanly, but you can see Marty Gray doing just that. He also was the only expert rider to run all 5 precision patterns 100% clean. This was probably one of the tightest and most challenging slow ride events I have ever seen, which made for some rather short times, but believe it or not, Don Lamborn actually managed to put almost 50 seconds on the clock for his slow ride. And even though I missed his run, these 2 riders that I did capture put on a good show also. After the day's events were over, we got to relax a little before we gathered for the group photo and some delicious barbecue. Then we all just hung out until the sun went down and the real fun began. The night pursuit was one of the coolest events. Riders paid a fee to enter, and all proceeds went to charity. The riders had to get a clean run for it to count, and they could buy more tries if they wanted to. All in all, a great way to end day 2. The final day started out at the crack of dawn with a police-escorted group ride through the historic town of Gettysburg and the battlefields. It was a little chilly, but all in all, a very beautiful and memorable way to start out the final day of the event. Also, I would like to give a big thanks to all the motor officers who provided the escort and gave us safe passage to the opening ceremony. And thank you for what you do on a daily basis for us in our communities. It is appreciated. After the opening ceremony, first up was the novice timed runs. Here we have Nova Cone Camp's Joe Delaney on the course. The timed runs are not all that different from the precision runs as far as scoring goes, except for if you drop your motor, you're allowed to pick it up and continue with your run, and if you leave the course, you're allowed to re-enter at the same point where you left it. Also, you are now being timed, so you want to move with some purpose. Here we have Scott Brauman on the course. This was only his second time competing at a rodeo, but he did very well. This is another one of our international competitors. His name is Jun Ho Kim. He came all the way from Korea just to compete and challenge himself at Gettysburg. He did extremely well and said that he was planning to come back again next year. And I think I speak for everyone on this, but we look forward to your return, sir. Team Slow Ride, the rules are simple. Try to get the longest time without hitting any cones, putting a foot down, or running off the course. Also, one tire has to be in the box at all times. So when a rider is leaving the box, the next rider needs to have their front tire in before the previous rider's back tire is out. While we have a minute, I would like to personally thank Julie, Keith, Dennis, Mark, Battlefield Harley-Davidson, and everyone else that made this event possible. There are many months of preparation and planning that go into each rodeo, and without their hard work, we would all lose these special opportunities to become better riders and reconnect with our dear friends. Also, a big shout out to all the unique and creative patterns for this event. They were all custom designed, and that makes this rodeo one of a kind. And it adds to the challenge because no matter what you practice, you can never be sure what to expect at Keystone. The Smart Team event takes 3 expert riders and 1 novice per team. All 4 riders have to run the pattern clean, and there are 4 lead changes at designated points in the pattern. Teams can buy more chances, and all proceeds go to the rodeo's charity. Last man standing is just as the name suggests. Last rider to put a foot down, hit a cone, drop their motor, contact another rider, or run off the course advances to the next round until all riders are eliminated except for the winner.